A few updates from my face. I've been focused pretty heavily on the equipment guide this past couple weeks. Um, a lot of the focus on the equipment guide has been within the crafting system, as I've been really pushing to finish the magical item crafting and the alchemical crafting for like custom consumables and just mundane alchemical stuff, like a Tanglefoot bag, for example. Um, for the most part, that system, at least the alchemical one, is nearly finished. Right now, I'm just making pre-made alchemical stuff, and seeing how that system fares in terms of like pricing for the economy and um, if the DCs are viable for the items to be designed. Um, which I'll be releasing the 1.8 equipment guide soon, which is the one that I'm currently working on. Um, Overall, there's a bunch of other stuff I've been working on. Here is the current errata on this edition, so the current changelog. Um, I might have missed a few things. I believe I've done some more stuff since that last little post there. Um, but, you know, there's a lot of changes going on to the equipment guide. A lot of updates. Overall, with the custom consumable system, I'd say um, once it's in a more complete state, which in that term I mean once it's more uh, once I have more pre-made enchantments fleshed out, it'll be easier to assign any monsters that you create um, certain features. So, like if you are having a particular venomous creature, you can give it a reagent that they would then be able to take and convert that venom into a poison that they could use. Um, that's one of the things that is on my to-do list for the custom consumables is how it can apply to your own custom monsters. But the system itself is decently fleshed out now. Um, I've already started work on a bunch of pre-made magic items. Specifically, I have a bunch of oils and the like made right now. One such one will help out greatly with those who are particularly night sensitive or light sensitive, which is the essence of night. As one of the things I'm doing is going through Pathfinder's equipment guide and just converting that to 5e because they really like their mundane and alchemical stuff, and I like them too. Um, Other than that, there is, as Legacy was mentioning in chat, there is a tech survey draft being written up based upon one of the suggestions that Ryan provided to the form that's pinned in Firehouse. Um, and that one there is, gauging people's capabilities on what like systems they're running, how much RAM they have, and similar such things, so we can gauge on how intensive we can make our maps in our systems. Um, let's see here. I've also done some bestiary work. Specifically, I've been focusing on some of the higher end monsters, which isn't exactly super helpful for launch, but it will help with fine tuning the bestiary monster creation guide that we have, and also putting it in the document. As the higher tiers, while they are based upon data I've gained from other other games I've ran, um, they have been nowhere near as tested as the lower tiers. But I have been working on some low tier monsters as well because, I mean, I am running multiple low level campaigns now. Um, that said, if you guys have any monster ideas you want to add, feel free to make them. Send them my way. You all have access to the bestiary creation system. So that system can be used to make your own monsters, and you can send them my way. I'll put them in the document. Um, or you can make them, put them on the Google Drive where we have our bestiary file there, as that is also a place to be shared. Let's see what Lexi just said. Yes, everything that players can craft, everything that players can buy, everything that players can do economy-wise will be found in the equipment guide. Yeah, yeah. I believe so. Like I say, yeah. It's been a while since I took some of those classes. Anyways, as another note, welcome, Lupa Jade, to the team. If you have any questions, do let us know. If you need anything, or anything of that nature, just send me a message. Send anyone who might be relevant to the question message. I'm here to help out. Current things of note for like what we're working on. For just general DMs, most of what is going on right now is working on mission themes, mission ideas, basic monster creations, things of that nature that can help us have a pre-made list of like stuff we can do come launch.
I do have two questions.
Yes.
I know it's going to be a quick second before things officially get started up. I'm assuming I'm allowed to make missions and stuff in between and kind of send it to that. I believe it was mentioned to me that there was a peer review channel.
Yes, peer
Is
review.
that am I able to send that there just to make sure things are still good and hunky dory?
Yeah. Yeah. You are
Okay,
100%
wonderful.
good to do that. You're also 100% good to, start running games, more training games if you feel like you uh, want to do some more testing, or if you feel like you're not quite ready for a living world setting, or if you just
Mm-hmm.
want to run games. That the server's open for you to start running stuff. Um,
Just to double check, would that be just me running games using this world's system, or would I specifically be running them in this world setting?
if you're running games for the intention of practicing with the living world, you
Mhm.
should use both the setting and the systems.
Understood. Got it. Second question, really quick. Do I have access to the Google Drive for the bestiary? Because I'm very interested in making monsters.
You
I'm
should.
just not quite sure where to find that one.
Yeah. Let me. If you're not on it already, which I feel like you should be.
I feel like it was mentioned to me, for sure. I'm just not quite sure where to find it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can DM me your email. I'll plop you on the drive. I will send a link. You just go and mark the recording as not showing Discord, so I can go and grab DMs and stuff. I
All
will
right, thank
DM
you.
you
I
the
will
link.
send that.
Make sure it's
Okay,
not
thank you.
showing your email again.
Yep, I just turned off the Discord recording. Not recording, but the view of my Discord in my screen. So it will not show stuff that shall not be shown. World of Doop Doop Adventure folder share. And yeah. Yeah, we also have a roadmap of sorts. Um, there we are, and the pasta. Are you already on this? Scrolling through, scrolling through. Okay, cool. And send. All right. Invite link has been sent. The
Thank you so
folders
much.
of your interest will probably be the Z Bestiary folder, which has all the monster creation stuff. You also have access to the Z Maps folder, which has got a bunch of my maps I've made. Other people's maps might also be in there. I have still yet to transfer a bunch of the cartographer team's maps into it, but I really need to do that. So if you want, some pre-made maps, they're there. They help for prep time and whatnot. The missions folder is where you'd want to put any missions you make that you want to share, or you just want easy review for the like. There's a phase 1 folder there, you can plop them in. There's also a mission structure filling world document in there that will help you with determining how much experience you should provide, because we use a milestone system and all that good stuff. So but that is the shoops and the whoops. Any other questions?
I think that's it from me. Thank you.
All right. Very good, very good. Let's see here. And we're no longer in DMs, and there we go. All right. Let's see here. And no worries, Bujo. Also hope you're feeling better. And as a side note, I have sent you a request for access to the document you just sent me. Let's see here. Making sure I'm not missing anything else. Yeah, like I see what they said, 100%. And always, if you have any questions in general, feel free to DM me. You can also just post it in Firehouse, which is a channel category under, or channel under the Grand Council category. As that is a place I will often look. I will tend to mark things as unread if they're ats, so I will look at them. So know that I will, look at it at some point. In terms of other updates and the like, we have a pretty sizable update for the Minecraft stuff. We've been working on a changeover to should be a more stable server for larger player counts. All sorts of allergied. Which we are switching over to a Spigot server, or paper, I don't remember which one. And we are using the Avatar: The Last Airbender mod as our main mod pack for it. So far, it's been tested with 5 players on it at one time, and it's been running fairly smooth. The server is currently up. Do expect some changes, though, as we intend to add a whole bunch of new plugins to expand the Avatar stuff, and to add like some additional capabilities, such as the economy system we want to put in there, the territory stuff that we want to add in there for potential like mini games within a separate world where players can like start taking over the Avatar map itself. Potentially Hunger Games style mini games in there as well, which would be a way to earn money in the game. A bunch of things we've been working on, but the server is open currently. If you guys want to just hop on and test out the baseline bending, there's a lot more bendings being added in with the next update we're working on. But that is, currently where it's at. Is that there's a lot of updates that are soon to be applied, but it's open. Anything else of note in terms of the chat? Are you sure? I mean, you helped make the lore, and by helped, I mean you pretty much did a lot of it, you and your team, so, you gave me this.
I think you should throw a land kraken at him before complaining.
Oh, don't worry.
There's water nearby. It's possible.
Other notes, We do have the system up thanks to Joki.
Oh, yes, yes. I was looking through that before I popped in for the meeting. Thus far, the document I've been reading, the uh, sanity and edge thresholds, it's looking pretty good. I did suggest one thing, as I noticed you still had uh, Pathfinder's terminology of will saves, but so far, it's looking pretty good. Oh yeah, it's solid stuff. Um,
Some things we can change on it if it does become a problem
yeah.
down the line ish.
I definitely suggest some playtests with it before we fully, utilize it for Living World. But that's what these games that we're currently running are for. So, um, do expect some potential sanity stuff in Thursday. And I imagine there'll definitely be some sanity stuff in your game, Blackheart.
Uh, their last game is this Thursday if they
Mm,
want to continue. But for the most part, some of the stuff they have seen s- so far up to the end of that would have definitely added in a lot of roles for like seeing, man-eating beetles eat somebody alive.
yeah, you know.
Would have definitely had some roles there.
Mm-hmm. Um, Regarding your question, Frozen, the server itself actually doesn't use Technic Launcher. It just uses base, vanilla, Minecraft. You can launch it using Minecraft, the most recent version, 1.18.2, and you can just flop onto the server. No mods required. Um, the server IP has not changed, but for ease, it should be that. Oh, I forgot an E and an R. There we go. So, if you have interest, as the IP, the server is up, and you're free to pop on and give it some tests. Um, we have not added any chunk generation mods to the server yet, and by that I mean we have, but we have not utilized it. Um, but people have been playing on the server already. Some of my Sunday group's been playing on it. Um, so some of the chunks have been loaded at this point. But if you do choose to be an airbender, be careful with your flying because that will go pretty uh, fast in terms of chunk generation, which could cause a lot of lag. Once the world is officially chosen, so during the next update, um, lag shouldn't be as much of an issue as we will have the world pre-generated. I I think so. I Past couple days I've been in Blur, been doing a lot of work, um, but if it is a thing. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. I'm gonna go check DMs real quick because I feel like this might be of import. Oh, that's still a working project. Okay. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. I'll give that a look over in full soon. But all right. Um, and for those who are late to the meeting, a brief overview. We went over the equipment guide, a lot of changes there. I've been working on a pretty intensive update to the crafting systems as well as the uh, sorry, super allergied right now. As well as magical alchemical crafting system. Yeah. Um. So at this point, you should be able to start making custom consumables with the crafting system. Most of what I've been updating it for has been um, it's fine. Has been mundane Consumables at this point in time, but I have been working on some uh, pre-made magical options and the like, as well as rules for how to get your monster stuff into these consumable options. So, like, if you have a venomous creature, you can harvest it for poison, for custom poison. Um, Beaster has also been getting a lot of updates, a lot of higher end monsters and a few lower end monsters. Um, Higher ends are important because we'll need that testing for the higher end of gameplay. And there's other stuff. My mind's blanking. Um, but if you scroll up in this chat here, I did post the full changelog for the most recent version of the equipment guide. So that's a lot of the big bada boom right there. Any other things of note that I might be forgetting? Let's see here. I'm looking at my notes. Um, oh, no, that's all covered. That's all my work that I've been working on. Let's see, anything here? No, it's looking all good. Anything I'm missing over here? No. All right, well, I try to remember if there's anything else I had to bring up. Does anyone else have any questions? Anything they want to bring up? Anything of note?
Let's see. Fruce should be good for being ascended after Moraz gives me the okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can have Moraz give Sparks in his interview, so that'll be another one. So that'll be three. Coop did apply for creation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me check. And general helping.
Very nice.
So we will get him and either A, throw him under just general helping with things, or we can throw him under Chrono and me, which should be good because they like to crunch numbers a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be actually helpful because they can bounce off things of what would be the best possible outcome. Speak his name and he's here.
Yes, you have summoned them.
Chrono, you're gonna have an understudy.
All right. One of the things I remembered, before we get to Bujo's suggestion, which yes, we should do that. It'd be very nice. Um, I've added the big snack race of the quets. Um, I've updated, the flavor for them to fit this universe's theme. So the quets are now on the rolled anvil. So look at them. They're there. They're big, they're snacky, and they're full of snacks. Um, I've also been noted about certain features that needed to be updated. So if you have any heat sense feature, or if your creature is naturally a cold-blooded creature, you'll see that these creatures now have updates to the heat sense feature, or now have been given the cold-blooded feature. So that should help out with any issues with those two features.
I do know one was tested in a training game
Mm-hmm.
almost immediately the day after it was released.
I think that's why I did the update. Someone brought to
Mhm.
my attention. I forgot who. And I was like, "Yep, time to do the thing." All right, here's the update.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whenever you're good, just let me know, and we can give a full-on look at the espionage stuff. It'll be good stuff to look at. All right. Let me go and do this again. Do. Yeah, the DM. I have not used Trello. If you are proficient with that, excellent. If not, then Google Sheet or the like could work just well.
Snake.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of stuff we need to go over with the previous meetings we've had. But yeah, no, that to-do list launch prep is looking pretty solid. I'd give it a share, and you should, start setting that up. Um, let's see here. All right. Anything else anyone want to bring up?
Uh, Tailing off of what Jade had brought up, uh, since we are more region focused this time, unless like Verum was,
Mhm.
when you post your mission, be sure to like ping the head of that region so they can look at it.
Indeed. Yeah.
So so we don't run into any like issues with like someone doing something they shouldn't in that region, or so they can tell you certain things if something does happen in that region.
Mhm. It's true.
It you you're not wrong, but eh,
I mean, the only issue before was like it didn't need to go to like gatekeepers, basically.
yeah,
Mhm. Yes.
Region head, and they can say, "Hey, this needs to go higher."
Yeah.
If not, you're fine.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just to avoid like if they do like for example walk off the road and like somewhere, someone has to be told because they may end up dead. Just say.
Mhm.
Don't walk off the road in Bruges. Apparently, it's dangerous. There are spiders.
Well, I mean, that forest is dangerous.
My point still stands.
Yeah. I mean, you helped grade it.
I think NERP is just out to get you.
I mean, technically, maybe.
I was one
Ooh.
save away from dying.
Yeah,
Ooh.
You could have killed me.
You were really close. Anyways, as I cannot seem to remember anything else I had to discuss, that is all I have. Any other questions? Otherwise, that is the meeting. I think my dice are more bloodthirsty than I am. My DM dice are just
Timmy-
like 20s all the time.
Timmy's cracked.
Yeah, he is.
I can 100% agree with that because I almost killed our monk on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I crit him 4 times.
Nice.
Yeah. See, the issue with my dice is they're amazing when I'm a DM, and then they're hot garbage as a player. It's the curse of a DM.
Right?
I'm the hot garbage when I'm a DM and a player.
Oh no.
Oh, Sithums. If you check political, think you still can. Jokey has the full thing, so you can use it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, there are no other questions. What I'll be doing this week will probably be some more finalizing of the equipment guide, getting it nice and fluffed up so we can send that out as a just general people can use this now. Framework, yes. I've been looking at your suggestions in the feedback form. I intend to apply them soon. I really need to release the update to the framework because I do have it. So with your new changes up, I'm going to apply those and then release it to the public. If you have any major changes since the last time you sent me your updates, you can send those along to me and I'll look through them and plop them in as well. Yeah. Lots to do. I believe for the framework, I'm probably going to give it the most recent update, give it a little post, and those who have been working on framework updates for the longest time, feel free to edit that file and send me files from it. I can also continue work on it as well. But my biggest focus at this point in time will probably be the equipment guide and bestiary, as those are the major roadblocks for us to launch. And speaking of those, if anyone wishes to help with equipment stuff or bestiary stuff, the equipment stuff, most of that is converting Pathfinder mundane stuff into 5e. So taking the wording for, like an abacus, this random item from Pathfinder, plopping it into the crafting system, making sure its economy is proper, and then, putting in the guide. My big thing here would be the data entry side of it, where it is converting the text into 5e terminology and then putting in the into the guide. I have to do that for every single item in Pathfinder, mundane or otherwise. So that's a pretty big roadblock, which can be helped by more than just myself. So if you do have interest in that side of work, help is appreciated. And in terms of bestiary, if there's a monster like, I want that to exist, that's another thing. I'll probably post a version of the bestiary soon, so people can get an idea, or at the very least a basic stat sheet for what I've been using in the bestiary. We already have one of those on the Google Drive, which people can access, and I'll take a look at those and plop them in the bestiary too. Because I use our monster system for the bestiary, but that's another thing that's another roadblock. It's getting a lot of early game monsters converted using the system and set up properly. So if you have any monsters you want to work on, that'll help out. It's not as big of an issue as the equipment guide. Equipment guide is going to do the entire economy. It's going to control pretty much one entire half of the game itself, of the living world itself, while the bestiary is always something that could be prepped per mission, but it's nice to have pre-made monsters, so it just helps us down the line pretty heavily. And I already have a lot of baseline creatures, like if someone wants to use bandits, I have those from tiers 1 to 12, or not tiers 1 to 12, levels 1 to 12. So we're pretty set in a lot of the basic things that everyone will probably want to use. The equipment guide is currently a Doc X that I've been working on. I have it launched right now. Here's the most recent version that is currently released, which is 1.7. I'm currently working on 1.8. I should be giving a release update of 1.8 next week, which will have all the crafting changes I've been talking about, and the alchemical stuff and whatnot. Also the drinking system I have in there, which was kind of just like I went on a lot of tangents when working on the system. Like the intention was to work on alchemy. I then switched to I can't work on alchemy without having alcohol. So then I started working on alcohol, and I was like, oh, I can't do alcohol with having base ingredients, so I had to start working on like food ingredients, and there's a lot of tangents.
Jesus Christ, Nerp, you're going to make 5.5e at this rate.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Anyways, it's a thing. That's probably the biggest roadblock in terms of my work on the equipment guide is I go on tangents a lot. Well, I mean, I don't really. Players can go to war if they want. It's not like they're in an army. They're not starting anyone in a faction, so it's gonna be a one-person war. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, another thing I've been wanting to do. I know I shouldn't because I need to work on the equipment guide. I've been having the great urge to convert some classes. So like I've been wanting to work on the alchemist class. I've been wanting to work on some of the rune magic classes. Kinesis is another one I want to work on. Yeah, I have a giant list of classes I want to make, but I know my focus right now needs to be the equipment guide because the classes can wait since they're not something that we need to have launch. But the equipment guide is big focus. Oh, there's already a list. Yeah, let me load up the server and grab that class list. Oh, here we go. That's the right folder. Campaign properties, squad props, scrolling up to classes, and copy. Those are the list of classes that are confirmed in universe. There's probably more that I might have forgotten about, but that's a big old class list. And this 0 is because I copied it from a property list, so it's just indicating this is your level in that class. I believe the Elixir of Life is already converted. So yes, I did plan on doing so, and had succeeded in doing so. And people are free to work on classes themselves. A lot of those you'll notice are from like Pathfinder 3.5, so a conversion of them wouldn't be too difficult as you already have a roadmap for them. But feel free to work on them. Others, like the Virtuoso, Harbinger, where was a third one that is not base? Malefactor, like those three there, Totemist, are custom, so they don't have as much of a roadmap. But if you're wondering about themes, you can always message me, and I can give you some information on those. Because I do have their overall theme for each class. Yep. My Ghost campaign will probably have some psionics unlocked, so I probably should start working on some psionic classes for launch, actually. Just because one of the players is pretty heavily focused in psionics. We'll see though. We'll see. But that is the class list. I'm gonna go check my DMs real quick once again, and yeah. Oh yeah, I want to do some more barbarian optional or side stuff. Barbarian as a class is already really solid, but I think giving them more flavorful options would be good.
Usual. If you have any questions or suggestions or you've finished anything you want discussed next meeting or have stuff prepared for next meeting, the form in Firehouse is always there.
Indeed.
If it's something more urgent, then just make a direct post.
Yep. And unless there's anything else, that is the meeting. But I will wait to see if Shadow has anything to say. No. All right. Well, yeah, that is the meeting. Appreciate everyone's faces, all the work you've been helping out with, all that good stuff. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions that are related to other departments, let them know. Anything you would like to suggest, as Lexi said, there's a meeting form for such things. You can also just DM me or whatnot. And there we go. I'm gonna drop the recording here.